Our books, the first thing we have to do is to sew the signatures together. We're going to be using two signatures, and when we do that, we want to make sure that the folded side of our signatures are together and that the open sides of our signatures together, and we're going to put one of the signatures inside the other, like this. We're going to put our name on the outside of the book there so that we have our name on everything. Now, to get our needle and thread ready, we're going to put a tie and leave a tail on our thread. So we're going to put a tie just so we have a marker for where we want the thread to stop when we do the sewing. So we're going to make a quick tie at the bottom, like so. And we're going to start on the outside. If you'll notice, there are 5 holes. We're going to start right in the middle hole, and we're going to poke through. Even if it's not all the way perfectly aligned, that's okay. And we're going to pull it, and we're going to go all the way till we get to the knot, and then we're going to stop. Don't pull the knot through. Then we're going to go up one side and down the other and come back to that. So on this side, I'm going to go to the next hole, and I'm going to push my needle through. And I want to make sure that I pull the needle, oops, all the way so that I don't have a bump. And then my needle's on the outside, so I'm going to go to the outside and I'm going to poke it through. And we're going to go again, all the way through, like so. Then on this side, I'm going to go back through this hole, like this. And you can see that I'm just going back and forth. I'm going to go back through the first hole that I came out of first, because I'm headed on down. Oh, let me tie my needle on there a little better. And I'm going to keep on going down this side. I'm going to poke it through. And then I'm going to poke it through. Continue on all the time. I'm pulling my needle, my thread taut. I'm going to poke it through one last time. And then you can see that this is where I'm going to tie my 2 ends together. So this is going to hold my signatures together here. So I'm just going to tie it like this. You might need to get a partner to help you get this knot done. If at any point you get into a tangle, please ask an adult for help. And at the very end, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut the needle off. We're going to leave some little tails just in case we need to do any triage at any point and retie anything. So I'm just going to cut that off. We don't want to lose the needle, so we're going to make sure we get that. So when you're getting ready to marble the paper, you're going to need to put your name on the back side of 2 of the papers, and you and your partner then should have a stack of 4, and I'm making extras, so I will have a stack of 4. So you'll have a stack of 4 papers. Decide who's going to go first. I or the adult will put the shaving cream and smooth it into the bottom of the pan, and then you can use up to 4 colors. You're going to use the watercolors on top, so you have to squeeze it and then hold it, and you can get the drops in there. Squeeze it gently. You don't want to use more than about 4 colors, and you're just putting the dots onto the shaving cream like this. And what color is this? And notice I'm trying to spread the colors all the way around to the edges. Once I do that, the next step is to swirl it. Don't want to swirl it too much. You're going to take your skewer and you're going to go back and forth with this. So you see I'm sort of making an S pattern, and then I'm making an S pattern the other way. Don't scribble scrabble it too much or it will get muddy. Okay, so let's do one more. And we stop there. You take the side of the paper that does not have the name written on it and you place it into the bin, and very, very gently you want to press all the way to the edges, not smashing it down into the shaving cream, but you want to make sure that you get the paint as much as you can on the sides, like so. And then you and your partner will pull this up very gently, and you place it into the pan like this. This is where it's handy to have a partner. One partner should hold the edge. I'm just going to do it as myself. And then you're going to take the squeegee and pull somewhat firmly down across the paper. You'll have a lot of stuff left over. Just ask somebody to wipe that off for you. We'll have people here helping. Of course, I don't have my paper towels. Here they are. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe that off because I had a lot of shaving cream on there. And it's just soap. It doesn't matter if it gets on your hands. You want to squeegee it a couple times because you want to have as much of the soap off as possible. Okay, that one's done. Partner should take that and go put it somewhere to dry in the room. And you're going to actually do 2 at a time. So you're going to not redo your die. You're just going to take your paper and you're going to put it on the second sheet. Go ahead and make your second piece. One piece will be to take home, one piece will be for your book. Make sure you've got all the paint on there. Pull it out. This one will be a little different. And then the second partner will take theirs and do theirs. Okay, on day 2, what we're going to do is we're going to get the book put together. We have our sewn signatures that we're going to use. We have our marbled paper. You're going to need to select one of the pieces of marbled paper to be for your project. You're going to need 2 pieces of cardboard, and you're going to need 1 piece of fabric. This is going to be the piece that's going to strengthen your binding. All right, so you're going to be using a paintbrush with some glue, and what you're going to do is lay your paper down so that the pretty side is down, and you're going to get your glue on, and you want to make sure that you glue all the way to the edge. Notice that I'm doing this right over the paper. That's because we're going to be gluing this to the paper, so it doesn't matter if I get a little on there. And I'm trying to put glue over the whole entire thing all the way to the edge. And I'm going to lay it in the center like this. Most of our papers have most of their beauty not right at the edges, so you want to take advantage of it. But you do need to leave an edge. So then you're going to take the next one, and you're going to do that again, all the way to the edge. Make sure you have glue all over it so that it will lay flat. There we go. And you want to leave a little space in between the 2. That's because that's where the binding of the signature is going to go. Okay, so you want to make sure you leave these pretty much right in a line so that those will be the covers, and flatten them down. Next, we're going to put the fabric on, and the fabric is going to be right on the spine. So we're going to put some glue like this, and then we're going to lay the fabric down, and we're going to make sure that it's nice and flat and glued down like so. The next part that you have to do is going to be to trim around the edge. We want to be able to fold this in. So the first thing that we do is we trim off to about 1/2 inch all the way around the edge. This one's already at 1/2 inch, so I'm not going to worry about that one. And then once I have that trimmed to 1/2 inch, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the corners off, leaving just a little teeny tiny bit there, and like so. That's so I can fold it in without it overlapping. And then that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the glue and I'm going to put it right on the edge here. It's okay if I get a little on the cardboard because I'm going to be sticking it all down. So I'm going to go like this, make sure that I've got glue on the whole thing. and then I'm just going to fold it over. So I'm going to take the edges and I'm going to fold them carefully and glue them to the back of the book. I'm trying to make them flat. See how our corners are. Just like that. Okay. So now we have the back of our book, okay? The last thing that we have to do is we're going to take our signature. If you have any problem with your tie, this is the time to fix it. If not, we're going to trim that off a little bit. And we're going to say, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to be putting our books in it like this. So our end pages are going to cover over where we cut off the marbled paper. So in order to do that, we are going to put glue on the cardboard pieces. Notice that I am not putting glue on the fabric part. That part is going to be left without glue. I'm not going to glue anything to that. Okay. I can do it on the edge, but I don't want to glue. Where I don't want to glue is right down the center, okay? I can glue up to that, but not right down the center. I need to leave a little bit of breathing space, so to speak, for the book, so that the book has a place to go. Make sure it's all there. Now I've got my glue on there. Okay. And I'm going to take my book and I'm going to hold it open with my two ends pieces like this. And I'm going to very carefully, I want to make sure that my spine where I sewed is right in the middle. And I'm going to lay it down on top. And then I'm just going to press those down. Just like that. And guess what? I'm not going to close the book because I don't want the glue to glue my pages down. So I'm just going to leave that like this to dry. When it is all dry, we'll fold it up. And when you fold it up, you have to be a little careful, because when you fold it up, your pages are going to be a little bit crinkly. It's okay. And then you will put them in a book, under books to be a book press. We don't have a real book press, so you're going to put it under a stack of books. Okay, that's how you make a book.